Imagine being stranded in the wilderness, miles away from civilization. No tent, no cabin, just you and the elements. Could you survive? The key to making it out alive? A well-built bushcraft shelter. In this video, I'm going to show you the best techniques to build a survival shelter and the most essential gear and tools to make it faster, stronger, and more reliable. Stay tuned, because by the end, you'll have everything you need to build your own off-grid hideout like a pro. Let's get started. First rule of survival: location matters. You need a spot that's safe, dry, and well hidden. Avoid areas near flood zones, dead trees, widowmakers, or exposed ridges where wind can be brutal. Look for natural windbreaks like rock formations or dense trees. Proximity to water essential, but don't set up too close. Rivers can rise fast. Lean-to shelter, quick and simple, best for short stays or emergency situations. A-frame shelter, good for cold climates, excellent heat retention with a fire out front. Debris hut, ultimate survival insulation, keeps you warm even in freezing temperatures. Teepee style, great for long-term survival, especially with a smoke hole for warmth. Underground dugout, advanced technique for stealth survival and long-term off-grid living. Framework stability. Always use thick, sturdy branches for the base. Insulation and waterproofing. Use moss, leaves, and bark to keep dry. Ventilation. Avoid carbon monoxide buildup if using fire inside. Camouflage. In a survival situation, staying unnoticed can be crucial. Use natural elements to blend in. Part 2. Best gear and tools for bushcraft shelter building. Bushcraft knife, the most versatile tool. Look for a full-tang high-carbon steel model. Folding saw faster than an axe for cutting logs, lightweight but powerful. Hatchet or small axe, great for processing thicker logs and splitting wood. Machete or kukri, perfect for clearing out brush and cutting small trees efficiently. Paracord 550, essential for securing shelters, making traps and emergency repairs. Bankline or jute twine, a backup option that's lightweight and easy to carry. Duct tape, not traditional bushcraft but a lifesaver for quick fixes. Zip ties, useful for quick assembly and temporary fixes. Fire starter like a ferro rod or magnesium block, works even when wet. Waterproof matches and a Bic lighter, reliable backups. Mylar emergency blanket reflects heat and can be used to insulate the shelter. Wool blanket or sleeping bag keeps you warm even if damp. Tarp or emergency bivvy, instant waterproof shelter. Multi-tool, covers small tasks like fixing gear and handling camp chores. Headlamp or tactical flashlight, for setting up camp at night. Survival shovel, digging, cutting, and even self-defense. Building a survival shelter seems simple, until you make a mistake that could cost you your life. The wilderness doesn't forgive errors, and one small misstep can mean exposure, hypothermia, or worse. Today, we're diving into the most common mistakes people make when building a bushcraft shelter and, more importantly, how to avoid them. If you want to survive off-grid, you need to get this right. Let's get started. Mistake: setting up camp in a flood-prone area under dead trees or too exposed to wind. Consequence: you wake up drenched, crushed by a falling limb, or freezing from the wind chill. Fix: look for natural windbreaks, elevated dry ground, and overhead safety. Mistake: thinking leaves and branches are enough without layering correctly. Consequence: loss of body heat leading to hypothermia. Fix: use multiple layers of moss, leaves, and bark for insulation and pack it thick. Mistake: making the shelter too big, losing heat, or too small, making it uncomfortable and cramped. Consequence: either freezing or struggling to fit inside properly. Fix: build just big enough to lie down comfortably with minimal heat loss. Mistake: completely sealing the shelter without airflow. Consequence: carbon monoxide poisoning from fire inside or condensation soaking you. Fix: leave a small vent near the top to let smoke escape and moisture evaporate. Mistake: using rotten, thin, or dead branches as a frame. Consequence: shelter collapses during the night, putting you at risk. Fix: always use sturdy live branches with solid lashings for support. Mistake: sleeping directly on the ground without insulation. Consequence: cold ground saps body heat quickly. Fix: create a thick bed of leaves, grass, or pine boughs to stay warm. Mistake: not adding a waterproof layer. Consequence: rain soaks through, leaving you cold and miserable. Fix: use bark, leaves, or a tarp to make a sloped roof and divert rain. Mistake: bringing low-quality knives or gear that can't handle rough conditions. Consequence: blades snap, tools fail, leaving you stranded. Fix: invest in a solid bushcraft knife, folding saw, and compact hatchet. Mistake: bringing low-quality knives or gear that can't handle rough conditions. Consequence: blades snap, tools fail, leaving you stranded. Fix: invest in a solid bushcraft knife, folding saw, and compact hatchet. Mistake: assuming natural vines or DIY cordage will work. Consequence: weak lashings, shelter falls apart. Fix: always have paracord, bank line, or jute twine in your kit. Mistake: placing fire too close to walls or in a poorly ventilated space. Consequence: risk of fire or suffocation. Fix: keep fire outside or in a well-ventilated area with a fire reflector. Mistake: assuming modern tools will always work. Lighters fail, tarps rip, batteries die. Consequence: stuck without alternatives when gear fails. Fix: learn primitive skills like fire starting, cordage making, and natural shelter building. Now that you know the biggest survival shelter mistakes, you can avoid them and stay safe in the wild. Which mistake surprised you the most? Drop a comment below, and if you want the best survival gear recommendations, check the links in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more expert survival content. Stay prepared, and see you in the next adventure.
Go Time Gear's Life Tent is a waterproof and windproof two-person emergency shelter that will protect you from harsh weather and keep you alive. The Life Tent is constructed of extra thick, tear and puncture resistant material that locks out rain, wind, and snow. Unlike an ordinary tube tent, the Life Tent's reflective interior reflects up to 90% of your body heat, keeping you warm and protecting you from hypothermia. Whether you're looking to add a lightweight emergency shelter to your hiking, camping, or hunting bag for an unplanned night outside, the Go Time Gear Life Tent is engineered to keep you alive in the most extreme survival situations and is a survival shelter for you.
This is the Truss by Gerber. With the Truss, we took everything that users loved about the suspension and optimized the tool pack to deliver even more functionality. With 17 tools, you'll be able to handle any challenge that comes your way. This butterfly open multi-tool features spring-loaded pliers. Tools include needle nose pliers, standard coarse pliers, and wire cutters. Bottle opener, can opener, small flathead driver, saw, serrated blade, wire stripper, large flathead driver, fine edge blade, cross driver, scissors, awl, ruler, file, medium flathead driver. Locking outboard tools offer quick access and safe use. The truss comes in a nylon sheath, available in either dual mount or MOLLE compatible options. From the job site to the campsite, the truss delivers professional grade tools in a compact frame. This is the center drive from Gerber. We found that consumers on a job site, under the hood of a truck or under a motorcycle, don't always have both hands to operate a multi-tool. The driver, the blade, and the jaws were the three key components that they use. That's why we made all three accessible with one thumb. The Center Drive Plus offers all of the groundbreaking features of the original Center Drive and takes it to the next level. Upgrades include spring-loaded scissors, partially serrated full-size blade, tumble finish components, and a premium USA-made leather sheath. The sheath is equipped with a set of 12 standard quarter-inch drive bits. It's available in multiple variants, including stainless, black, and plus. This American-made multi-tool delivers real tools and no compromises.
There are several special things about this place.
I love what I do. I get to make knives for a living.
It's not just the tools that we make, it's the people we work with.
We've been making blades in Portland since 1939.
For 18 years, they've treated me good.
I have been working here about 20 years.
Yeah, 35 years.
I enjoy it. I like what I do.
The more work we can bring into this building, the better.
We're working with folks in industrial design and visiting the military to determine their needs. Taking it from that point, we do the concept work as well as designing, engineering, and manufacturing. It's kind of a fun thing to see the products that you design end up on the military. They really appreciate the products we put out, and the feedback that they give us goes right directly into the product.
We're just more aware of what we're doing, make sure we're doing the best we can, a little more care, I think.
I talk to police officers and military folks. It's a life and death decision sometimes when they use our product.
Military deserves the best we can give them.
I want to make a good quality product because people are dependent on it. Their lives are dependent on it.
We certainly feel, an obligation of sorts to put out a good quality product and know that it's going to stand up to everything that we've designed it for.
Proud that soldiers are carrying them in the field.
People now really want to get stuff that's made in the U.S. because they know it's a better quality.
I've been buying Gerber knives since I was 18 years old. It's been a top-line product for a long time.
More innovative. It's always evolving to something different. We've gotten into better blades that will stay sharper, longer. It might be a little harder for me to sharpen, but I know they're going to stay sharper longer.
American handmade knives and tools are the best in the world.
Miles away from civilization. No tent, no cabin, just you and the elements. Could you survive? The key to making it out alive? A well-built bushcraft shelter. In this video, I'm going to show you the best techniques to build a survival shelter and the most essential gear and tools to make it faster, stronger, and more reliable. Stay tuned, because by the end, you'll have everything you need to build your own off-grid hideout like a pro. Let's get started. First rule of survival: location matters. You need a spot that's safe, dry, and well hidden. Avoid areas near flood zones, dead trees, widowmakers, or exposed ridges where wind can be brutal. Look for natural windbreaks like rock formations or dense trees. Proximity to water essential, but don't set up too close. Rivers can rise fast. Lean-to shelter, quick and simple, best for short stays or emergency situations. A-frame shelter, good for cold climates, excellent heat retention with a fire out front. Debris hut, ultimate survival insulation, keeps you warm even in freezing temperatures. Teepee style, great for long-term survival, especially with a smoke hole for warmth. underground dugout advanced technique for stealth survival and long-term off-grid living. Framework stability. Always use thick, sturdy branches for the base. Insulation and waterproofing. Use moss, leaves, and bark to keep dry. Ventilation. Avoid carbon monoxide buildup if using fire inside. Camouflage. In a survival situation, staying unnoticed can be crucial. Use natural elements to blend in. Part 2. Best gear and tools for bushcraft shelter building. Bushcraft knife, the most versatile tool. Look for a full-tang high-carbon steel model. Folding saw faster than an axe for cutting logs. Lightweight but powerful. Hatchet or small axe. Great for processing thicker logs and splitting wood. Machete or kukri. Perfect for clearing out brush and cutting small trees efficiently. Paracord 550 essential for securing shelters, making traps and emergency repairs. Bankline or jute twine, a backup option that's lightweight and easy to carry. Duct tape, not traditional bushcraft, but a lifesaver for quick fixes. Zip ties, useful for quick assembly and temporary fixes. Fire starter like a ferro rod or magnesium block works even when wet. Waterproof matches and a Bic lighter reliable backups. Mylar emergency blanket reflects heat and can be used to insulate the shelter. Wool blanket or sleeping bag keeps you warm even if damp. Tarp or emergency bivvy instant waterproof shelter. Multi-tool covers small tasks like fixing gear and handling camp chores. Headlamp or tactical flashlight for setting up camp at night. Survival shovel, digging, cutting, and even self-defense. Building a survival shelter seems simple, until you make a mistake that could cost you your life. The wilderness doesn't forgive errors, and one small misstep can mean exposure, hypothermia, or worse. Today, we're diving into the most common mistakes people make when building a bushcraft shelter, and more importantly, how to avoid them. If you want to survive off-grid, you need to get this right. Let's get started. Mistake: setting up camp in a flood-prone area under dead trees or too exposed to wind. Consequence: you wake up drenched, crushed by a falling limb, or freezing from the wind chill. Fix: look for natural windbreaks, elevated dry ground, and overhead safety. Mistake: thinking leaves and branches are enough without layering correctly. Consequence: loss of body heat leading to hypothermia. Fix: use multiple layers of moss, leaves, and bark for insulation and pack it thick. Mistake: making the shelter too big, losing heat, or too small, making it uncomfortable and cramped. Consequence: either freezing or struggling to fit inside properly. Fix: build just big enough to lie down comfortably with minimal heat loss. Mistake: completely sealing the shelter without airflow. Consequence: carbon monoxide poisoning from fire inside or condensation soaking you. Fix: leave a small vent near the top to let smoke escape and moisture evaporate. Mistake: using rotten, thin, or dead branches as a frame. Consequence: shelter collapses during the night, putting you at risk. Fix: always use sturdy live branches with solid lashings for support. Mistake: sleeping directly on the ground without insulation. Consequence: cold ground saps body heat quickly. Fix: create a thick bed of leaves, grass, or pine boughs to stay warm. Mistake: not adding a waterproof layer. Consequence: rain soaks through, leaving you cold and miserable. Fix: use bark, leaves, or a tarp to make a sloped roof and divert rain. Mistake: bringing low-quality knives or gear that can't handle rough conditions. Consequence: blades snap, tools fail, leaving you stranded. Fix: invest in a solid bushcraft knife, folding saw, and compact hatchet. Mistake: bringing low-quality knives or gear that can't handle rough conditions. Consequence: blades snap, tools fail, leaving you stranded. Fix: invest in a solid bushcraft knife, folding saw, and compact hatchet. Mistake: assuming natural vines or DIY cordage will work. Consequence: weak lashings, shelter falls apart. Fix: always have paracord, bankline, or jute twine in your kit. Mistake: placing fire too close to walls or in a poorly ventilated space. Consequence: Consequence, risk of fire or suffocation. Fix, keep fire outside or in a well-ventilated area with a fire reflector. Mistake, assuming modern tools will always work. Lighters fail, tarps rip, batteries die. Consequence, stuck without alternatives when gear fails. Fix, learn primitive skills like fire starting, cordage making, and natural shelter building. Now that you know the biggest survival shelter mistakes, you can avoid them and stay safe in the wild. Which mistake surprised you the most? Drop a comment below, and if you want the best survival gear recommendations, check the links in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more expert survival content. Stay prepared, and see you in the next adventure.